In part 29 of Emblem Engage, we realize that every single emblem ring is now accounted for. It's either on our side or the enemy's, with none still to be found. They have 7 rings while we only have 5. We then get a report of warships on Solm's coast, which seem to be heading towards Firene. So we head out to see what's going on. We then see Mavier and Marnie, who are on the warship, when they get news that 2 soldiers deserted. It turns out that Hortensia's retainers were still with Illusia and decided to flee, and with them they took the emblem ring for Emblem Erica and Ephraim, kind of. So the enemies turn back to go and try and recover the ring, and we have to fight them. So we start the map, and we get 2 new units. First, we have Goldberry, who is a hero with high base defense and defense growth, but she isn't that good. Her bases aren't too stellar, and taking damage is good, but her growths are really low, and she's gonna probably really quickly fall off. Second person is Rosado, who is a Wyvern Knight with kinda bad bases, but really good growths. The thing is that they're gonna be kind of hard to train, as their Ari Stars, a level 3 promoted unit, so they have little room to grow, and we're at the point where you kind of already have to be good to be on a team. So we start the map, and this map's gimmick is that every few turns, the water rises, restricting the amount of area and movement that you have, except for a few little islands spread throughout. Now there are 2 main paths, so we divide the army and push towards the 2 bosses at the end of the map. Now there is some annoyances, as there are those stupid true damaged wyverns, but there are only a few of them, and we are now bulky enough that any unit can survive their attacks and kill them pretty quickly. Pretty soon we reach the end of the map, and I decided that I wanted to try and see some of the unique dialogue. Any of the characters in the Fell's Xenologue have unique dialogue with certain other people in the main story, typically either with themselves from the other universe, or other people within 4 Winds versus 4 Hounds and stuff, or Nell/Rafal versus Sombron. So I decided to see the unique dialogue of Madeline fighting Marnie, and I want to see if there's a unique dialogue for Madeline fighting Mavier, but she was on a different path, so I had to try and work her around to get to Mavier. But before she could do that, reinforcements appear, and they appear at the back of the map. This typically wouldn't be an issue, but Saline hadn't gotten that far in, and so she quickly gets surrounded by a bunch of flying units and killed. So I have to go back a couple turns to keep her safe, have Rosado back her up and stuff. And even then, it's really close. And we do get to keep her safe, but we can't get the unique dialogue with Mavier, because Mavier decides to repeatedly ram his head into Louis, and Louis counters for 60 damage, and so Mavier dies. So we finish the map, and we rush to get a ship to head over to Firene. On one of the other boats of the warships that are still heading to Firene, we see Vale, Gris, and Zephia. Vale promises that she's not going to harm a single person and just wants them to help her find her sibling. Zephia says that Vale's Sombron's only child, but Vale shows Zephia a Dragonstone, which is intact, meaning that there is another sibling alive out there. Zephia and Gris are shocked because all of Vale's siblings should be dead after the war 1,000 years ago. After Vale leaves, Zephia says that she saw Sombron's kids die in front of her eyes, but then pauses. She has a hunch, and if that child is really still alive, they could be in big trouble.